how to make 5 lakh rupees in profit in 90 days. So I'm recording this video on 6th April 2025, and our aim is to make at least 5 lakh rupees in profit by 10th July 2025. In the short journey of me as an entrepreneur, I have learned a very important lesson that you should always listen to someone who knows what they are talking about. So let's get into my screen and I will show you a real time stats of my earnings in the past 90 days so that you can trust me. So as you can see, this is one of my dashboard from which I receive international payments. I will just refresh this page so that you can see that this is real. You can see my names raised here, and these information are confidential. That's why I have to blur this. But you can see the main point here is that in January I received 1.10 lakhs of payment. In February I received 3.18 lakhs of payment, and in March I received 1.19 lakhs of payment. So if you combine all these figures together, you will get a figure above 5 lakh in past 3 months. Now the next question is, why 5 lakh rupees? So I have seen this on social media that people set 10 lakh per month target for themselves, 20 lakh per month target for myself. But when I was starting my entrepreneurial journey, I used to think that 5 lakh was a huge amount for me because I come from a middle class family. And I think that you should set yourself a target which is actually achievable. Because if you are going to set a target of 20 lakh rupees per month as a beginner, that is not achievable. It's just a good on social media side of things, but in real life it's very hard to achieve. So that's why I have set this target of 5 lakh rupees in 90 days so that you can achieve it easily. So talking about this series will contain 5 episodes, and this is the first episode in which I'm going to cover about the basics, the starting point. What are the skills you need? What options do you have to get to the 5 lakhs mark? And what is the right fit for you so that you can start things up. And coming episode will talk about how to actually implement these steps. I hope you can see my screen. So this is the topic of this series, as we have already discussed, how to make 5 lakh rupees in 90 days. And this is the document we have prepared for you guys for this particular video. So coming into the document, the very first thing I would like to address is skill. Like, in order to earn any amount of money online or offline, you need a skill which you can monetize. It can be any skill: website development, Google ad services, meta ad services. And if you are living in this imaginary world that you don't need any skill to earn any money online or offline, I am sorry, you are mistaken, because you have to learn some skill. So I would recommend, if you don't have any skill, just leave this video and go to and watch a video where you can learn some skill and then come back to this video. So this is the first thing I wanted to address. Now coming to the second thing, what are your options? And in this video, in this series, we are going to talk about two options. The first option is doing a job, using your skill to get a job, high paying job. Now the second option is using your skill to get clients. Now these are the two options that you have if you have a skill. Now let's get into these two options. Coming to the first option, which is a job. Now I have taken few jobs which are high paying in India and considered a good job for a fresher to start. So first one is software developer, and an average salary for a software developer, as you can see on my screen, I have taken this screenshot from Google. It's between 3 lakh to 5 lakh rupees per year. And if we take the upper benchmark of 5 lakh rupees and divide by 12, you will get somewhere around 41,666 per month. And in 90 days, you will earn somewhere around 1,25,000 as a software developer. So with this particular job, we are not going to hit our target in 90 days. We have the target of 5 lakh, but we are only going to earn 1,25,000 from this very option. Now let's ditch this and get to the Google paid ad expert, Google ad, meta ad expert, and get a job in marketing niche. So this again is a screenshot from Google, 2.5 lakhs to 4.5 lakhs annually. Now doing our calculation again, 4 lakh 550,000 divided by 12, it's 37,000 500 per month, and in 90 days you will be able to earn somewhere around 1,12,500. Now, an important thing that you have to note here is that we have considered the best case scenario. You are competing with lakhs of students more talented than you to get that job. Now, I myself am a software, BTech computer science student, and I know how much competition is there in order to get a high paying job. And we have selected the best, upper threshold of the salary. You can see 4.5. We have not chosen 2.5 lakh. We have chosen the 4.5 lakh per year. So this is the best case scenario that can happen to you if you are not that brilliant kid. So as you can see, with this particular scenario, with this particular option, we are not going to earn 5 lakh rupees in 90 days. Now, the second option you have is selling your services. Now, an important thing you have to keep in mind is that you don't have to sell your services, which is a one-time fees thing. Like, you don't have to build a website for $500 or 50,000 rupees one-time fees, and then you don't charge them anything. You have to find a loophole where you are charging them monthly basis, not one-off fees. For example, Google Ad Management Services. So managing Google account, it is a ongoing thing. You will charge a monthly retainer fees from your clients. They will pay you every month on a particular date, and that is the goal in order to earn 5 lakh rupees. So this is a very important point. So for example, if you are a video editor, you can take a contract of 10 videos every single month and charging them on per video basis. So let's say you are charging 1,000 rupees per video, then you are making 10 into 1,000 per month, and they pay you every single month. So this is just the example. You have to do on a monthly retainer basis. And now, how will this work? I will give you an overview of selling your services looks like. Now, you have a skill. As I mentioned, that you need a skill, and I am assuming you have a skill that can help businesses with any problem they are facing. So what you have to do is you have to reach out to these businesses and offer them help and charge a fees for your services for the problem you are solving. The bigger the problem, the more you can charge. This is the bonus tip. So will this work for you? Like, you might have questions if you are starting out. You might be thinking, will this work for me? Is it the right thing for me? There are 400 million small and medium sized businesses. See, if you are starting out or if you are a solopreneur, I am assuming that you can't work with big businesses who have 50, 100 employees in their company starting out. But if you are a small solopreneur, freelancer, what you can do is you can target a small and medium sized businesses, and there are 400 million of those businesses in the world, and you only need 5 to 10 businesses in order to earn 5 lakh rupees in 90 days. So I wanted to share this stats in order to make you believe that it's possible for you, and even a complete beginner can crack this. So believe me, it's possible. Now, in this selling your services, you have two options. The first option is that you target Indian businesses. Now, the second option is you target international business. Now, coming to the first part, which is helping Indian businesses, I have given example of paid ad services because this is what we help our clients with. So you can take the example of anything, whatever skill you have, whatever services you are providing. But in India, we typically charge somewhere around 30,000 per month for Google Ads as well as Meta ad services. So this is the typical charge, industry level charge. And if we go with that rate, in 90 days, we will be able to earn somewhere around 90,000 from one business. And in order to hit our target of 5 lakh rupees, we approximately need 6 businesses to hit this target. So as you can see, I have done the calculation. 90,000 into 6, it's 5 lakh 40,000 in 90 days. So we just need 6 Indian clients to hit our target of 5 lakh rupees. And a very special point I want to mention here is that if you are starting out, it's very easy to sell Indian businesses. I will talk about how you have to sell, how you have to reach out in the next episodes. But I will just give you an idea that if you want to go with the Indian businesses, you have to focus more on quantity and you will easily get clients. Now, there are ups and downs for going with Indian businesses. We will cover just in a moment, but first of all, let's talk about international businesses. So coming to our second option, which is helping international businesses, and not just any international businesses, we are talking about European market and US market. So if you are giving services like paid ads, obviously you can charge much more than what you were charging with Indian clients. So we typically charge somewhere around $1,200 to $1,500 per month, which is in India it's around 1 lakh to 1,28,000 per month for Google Ads plus Meta Ads as a service charge. And in 90 days, we can make somewhere around 3,84,228 from one business. And if we want to hit the 5 lakh rupees mark, we just need two businesses. So you can see the difference, in India, we need six businesses. In internationally, we just need two businesses. In internationally, I have to mention a special point that it's very hard to get clients because you are Indian, people will not respond to you. There are you are competing against international agencies, so there are ups and downs for working with Indian and international, but you have to work more harder to get client from international countries as compared to Indian countries. This is a special point I want to mention. Now, as I mentioned that I will talk about some ins and outs, like which is the right fit for you. So this is a comparison table which you can refer to if you are confused which market you should get into. So with if you are considering helping Indian businesses, you need to ask these questions with yourself. Can you talk confidently with people? Can you call people for Indian people and talk to them, pitch your services? Can you consistently send 50 messages email to businesses? Are you willing to find more clients and work for less money? Because Indian clients are paying less money, so you will work for less money and you have to deal more with numbers because you will have to serve six clients. Requires less sales skill because Indian businesses, they are easily sold, and don't know much about things like paid ads, so won't understand that it takes time to optimize and give results. In Indian market, a very downside things is that people want result. If they are giving you even 10,000 rupees, they will expect a heavy return on their investment, but it's very hard to retain them because they are more inclined toward results. So that is the point I wanted to mention. There is a risk of leaving early if they don't give the result. Easy to acquire but harder to retain, a very important point here, that they are easy to get but very hard to retain because they are expecting a very high amount of results and they don't know the back end of how actually things work, especially with paid ads. If I am talking about competition with national agencies, so you can stand out. So there is a limited competition because in India there are very few agencies that are doing good, so you are just competing against them, and there are thousands and thousands of businesses, so indefinite market, and you are just a one, you can stand out. The point is that, so these are some of the points of Indian businesses. Now let's talk about international businesses. Now, talking about international businesses, these are few questions again. Can you talk confidently to people in English? Now, this is very important point because if you are selling international clients, you have to, learn, you should fluently speak English. When I started my career, we were not targeting Indian businesses, to be honest. We were mainly working with US and European businesses, and now also majority of our clients are from US and UK. So when I started out, I targeted international market because I thought that this was a good fit for me. So you have to learn English. If you don't know, you have to practice yourself speaking in English and practice your sales call beforehand. So we will cover all this in the next videos, but this is the point. Then you have to again message 50 messages and emails to businesses. So we will cover on how to find these businesses, how to message them. Don't worry, this is same in both Indian as well as international. Are you willing to continuously reach out to businesses without getting replies? This is very important point, because when it comes to international businesses, you will get a much lower response rate on your cold outreach messages as compared to Indian market. So you will keep messaging people, but you will not get that much of response in international market especially. So you have to keep doing it. It's just volume game and personalization game, but you have to keep doing the process. So that is the one point. Then require more sales skill. These business owners are went with multiple agencies. They have worked with multiple agencies, they have talked with multiple business owner, agency owners, so they know what they are getting into. So it's much harder for you to close them on sales call. So this is one point. This requires a bit more sales skill. You are competing directly with international agencies, worldwide agencies, who are also reaching out to your prospects, clients. So you have to stand out with them. So you have to find a way. Don't worry, we will cover all the things as I have mentioned: how to stand out with international clients, how to get leads. So don't worry about these things. But yeah, this is one point. Harder to acquire but easy to retain. This is very important point, because you have to work hard to get them, but once you get them, they don't have the problem to pay you $1,000, $1,000, $1,500 every single month if you are giving them results. They know the back end thing. They know that ad take time to optimize, they take time to give you results. So they have patience, and they don't have any problem in paying you 5-6 months of $15 fees. So this is one point, that they are harder to acquire but easy to retain. Harder process but worth the risk. Now in international businesses, the main difference is that you have to find just two businesses to hit 5 lakh mark, and finding these businesses is harder, but you need only two businesses. But with Indian is that you need more businesses, 6 businesses, and finding them is easy as compared to international businesses. So this was all about the first video. As you can see, this is the entire flowchart of the first part we just covered. This gave you an overview of what options you had and what is the right fit for you, and you can choose accordingly if you want to help international businesses or Indian businesses. And in the coming episodes, I'm going to talk about how to get leads, how to reach out to them, how to go on a sales call and convert these people, how to retain these clients. And don't worry, I will give you specific strategies for Indian businesses, specific strategies for international businesses. Just make sure that you come back and watch this series.